Welcome to our channel. In this session, we will discuss the concept of design of control unit. We already know the control unit controls the operation of a computer. The control unit generates the control signals that initiates the micro operation. Now, this control unit is designed in two ways. One is hardwired control unit. Second one is microprogrammed control unit. Microprogrammed control unit. So we know hardwired control unit in the sense here the control signals are generated through gates, flip-flops and decoders, and it is very fast but difficult to modify. Microprogrammed control unit means simply the control signals are stored as micro instructions in the control memory. Anyway, in this session we will discuss how to we design a control unit by using microprogrammed control unit. Again I am repeating, microprogrammed control unit means simply the control signals are stored as a program. In the sense, program means set of instructions. That is, the control signals are stored as a micro instructions in the control memory, and every micro instruction is divided into different fields. If you have a micro instruction, the micro instruction is divided into different fields: F1, F2, F3, CD, BR, and then AD. This is a micro instruction. So the size of F1, F2, F3 is 3 bits, and CD and BR is 2 bits, and AD is 7 bits. What is the purpose of each field? F1, F2, F3. These called micro operation fields. F1, F2, F3 are called micro operation fields. These are used for register transfer, used for arithmetic operations, logical operations. Generally, F1 is used for register transfer and arithmetic operation. F2 contains set of logical operations. F3 contains set of shift operations. Anyway, these three together specifies the micro operation that we are going to perform. Second, CD in the sense the condition field. Condition field in the sense it select the status bit. That is the condition flag or status bit. 0 flag, sign flag, overflow flag, carry flag. That status bit is identified or selected by using this field. Now, branch, BR in the sense branch field. It decides how the next to micro instruction address is chosen. You got it? Next to address is chosen in the sense, suppose whether it is a conditional branch or unconditional branch or a subroutine or a mapping or a sequential, what is the procedure? So this branch field specifies how the next to micro instruction address is chosen. And the last to AD, it simply specifies address field. Simply it stores the target branch address. Whatever the procedure we selected here, based on that we get some address. That address is stored in this address field. This is a micro instruction. Now we will discuss each and everything in detail by considering one diagram. Okay, what is the size of F1, F2, F3? The size is 3 bits. So by using 3 bits, you can produce a maximum of 8 operations. Now we will discuss F1. Here I am using a 3 by 8 decoder. This is my F1. Similarly, 3 by 8 decoder for F2 and for F3 also. Like this and so on. Okay. Now this is F1, F2, F3. Now consider some operations, that is some examples what F1 performs, F2 performs, F3 performs. For example, when the decoder output 5 is active, assume when the decoder output 5 is active, it perform the operation DR to AC. DR TAC. Here DR TAR. Sorry, DR TAR. The meaning is T in the sense transfer from DR to AR. For example, if the decoder output 6 is active, it performs PC to AR, copying from PC to AR. So each and every output performs some operation. That is, each and every have some operations. If the 5 output is selected, it transfer this one. If 6 output is selected, it transfer from PC. Anyway, we have AR register. Yes or no? Anyway, we have AR which holds data from either PC or DR. But any one is active. You know that one? Even though 8 outputs are there, the decoder activates only one output. That is the reason here you are using one multiplexer. So the multiplexer have 2 possible inputs. One is from PC, one is from DR. From 0 to 10 only. Why? The size is 11. That is the reason 0 to 10 only. This is. Here the AR is connected to load input. This is my load input. If you understand carefully, you get the answer. Simply observe. Coming to F1, whenever the decoder output 5 is active, simply it transfer content from DR to AR, and 5 and 6 are connected to the load input. This is R operation. If any output is active, the load is enabled. If 5 is active, simply it copy the content from DR to multiplexer and multiplexer to AR. Suppose if the 6 is active, that is load is enabled, that is AR is receive the data. So but 6 is active, so transfer from PC to multiplexer, multiplexer to AR. Clear? That means each and every one perform one operation based on which one is active. Similarly, we are maintaining arithmetic logic shift unit also. So instead of separate units to perform all the operations, we are using arithmetic logic shift unit. Suppose generally F2 is used to perform logical operation. Whenever the decoder output 3 is active, it to perform end operation. End operation is generally performed between DR and AC. End operation is performed between DR and AC. So here we have AC, and that AC is connected with load. After performing the end operation between DR and AC, whenever the load is enabled, simply it copy the content into AC. Clear? After performing end operation, it copy the content into AC. Similarly, suppose consider F1 operation. In the F1 operation, we have 4. Whenever the 4 is active, what it does? It simply transfer DRTAC through arithmetic logic shift unit. Whenever 4 is active, it transfer the content to ALSU, and the load input is enabled, transfer the content to AC. Similarly, suppose whenever the 1 input is active, simply it do the add operation. Again the same procedure. Add operation means DR plus AD. Add operation is performed. Whenever the load is enabled, copy the content into AC. Simply we have a clock that synchronizes between AC and AR. This is the thing how a micro operations F1, F2, F3 are created. Now we have microprogram sequencer. We already discussed the concepts of address sequencing. How we are generating the next address by using either increment or a subroutine or a branching or a mapping. We discussed the same microprogram sequencer in detail. Okay, now move to that microprogram sequencer. Now coming to this microprogram sequencer, we already know address sequencing. The control address register. So control address register holds the current instruction address, and the next instruction is generated from 4 ways based on the condition and branch field. Exactly the same. the control memory. These are my micro operations F1, F2, F3, condition field, branch field and address field. What are the different ways? 4 possible ways. That is the reason we are using multiplexer. The two selection lines S1 and S0. Select one of the 4 addresses. So by default, if you are using incremental sequential addressing, simply the CAR value is incremented by 1. CAR value is incremented by 1 and move to next, that is at 0 bit. Suppose if it is a subroutine call, we are storing the address. Why? Whenever we call the subroutine, again we need to come back. So to restore the address. So the incremented address CAR is stored in subroutine register and that is my next address after completion of subroutine. And the odd one is external mapping process. So external mapping is directly connected. Now the main important thing is branching, condition or unconditioned branching. So CD select a status bit. So that status bits is moved to this multiplexer. The status bits, these are how many bits? 2 bits. Based on the 2 bits, there are possible either sign flag, carry flag, overflow flag, 0 flag, whatever it is. Based on this condition, one status bit is selected. That status bit is tested with my branch logic. That is my input logic. Whatever the output is selected, that is selected compared with my branch logic I0, I1. This is tested. If the condition is okay, that is moved to this one based on the selection line corresponding, and the output is copied into subroutine register. That means why it is copied into subroutine register? Whenever you are moving to a branch, after completion of that one, again if you want to come back, that is stored in this to load to get the return address. This is already whatever the concept we discussed in address sequencing, exactly the same concept here elaborated with the form of CD, BR, AR. That is clear. Now one more address is direct address, whatever it is loaded. From the branch we are getting the next address that is loaded in any, that is moved to 1. Clear? This is the microprogram sequencer. Anyway, this is the design of control unit. Thank you.